Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's spiritual soul day video. Thank you for coming and sharing some time with me. I appreciate you all. Today, I want to talk about the Jehovah Witness religion and their viewpoint of apostates. And I want to talk about this particularly because I know that some people who know me, because I was born and raised in the Jehovah Witness religion. My mother is still very active. One of my brothers, one of my sisters, still very active in the religion. And if anyone knows me personally and they come across one of these videos, they'll probably be like, oh, she's an apostate. How dare she? So I just kind of want to shed some light because when Jehovah Witnesses look at someone and consider them an apostate, it's already implied because of the teaching, the indoctrination of that religion, that if someone goes against the beliefs, then there's something mentally wrong with you, right? Because for your whole entire life, you were taught the truth, because that's what the Jehovah Witness religion is called amongst its members. It's intimately called the truth, right? So another subconscious psychological play on your mind. But if you know your truth your whole entire life and then you turn against it, then you must be living a lie now, right? So when someone goes against a religion, everyone looks against them, and you're immediately classified and discredited as a Looney Tune, someone who doesn't have any type of credibility. There's something that's mentally wrong with you for you to turn against everything, right? And having that feeling, and even you being the person who goes against it, that messes with you psychologically as well. Because it happened with me. I used to go back and forth and say, man, I always told myself if I was not a Jehovah Witness, I would never be any other religion. But all my friends, all my family, everyone is here. They're all doing this thing. Now I'm walking away from it and my life seems like it's upside down and in turmoil. Maybe I am crazy. Maybe I need to go back to it. I feel so lonely. And that fear, those feelings will keep you locked into doing stuff that you don't really want to do, including being part of a religion that goes completely against your inner feelings, okay? For decades, because I was born and raised in the religion, and it wasn't until I was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out, hence my teenage pregnancy, but I really fully stood in it and said, okay, I'm done with this. And right before I turned 30, so maybe like 28, 29 ish. Okay. So for decades, I was trying to fit in and do something to be pleasing to others, going against what it is that I felt, right? But I feel that Jehovah Witnesses kind of encourage people to become quote unquote apostates, because they always encourage people to research on the outside. Oh, they give you a sprinkle of truth, right? They give you a sprinkle of truth ingrained with the other BS lies. And when you go and search for yourself, you're like, oh yeah, this is true, this is true, this is true. But hold on, this doesn't seem right. But it's just enough to make you question, is it your own beliefs and thoughts, or is it from these other people, right? Because the witnesses have a real good way of brainwashing you into thinking and feeling that everything that you're doing is right. They live such a clean, righteous life, and they play on your human natural desire to be a righteous, helpful, good person, right? So they play on that and they give you things to make you feel like you're going down that path. And when you turn aside from it, oh, you are insane, right? That's why it's always encouraged for witnesses to only mingle with other witnesses, right? They tell you it's because if you don't have anything in common, why would you want to even talk to someone else? But I started to find that I had a lot more in common with people who were not part of their religion, right? That's where they messed up at. So When you think of apostates, or when witnesses are thought of with apostates, it causes a lot of fear. Oh, how dare you talk against the religion? How dare you talk about our beliefs? How dare you say that things that we have known our whole entire life is a bunch of baloney? How dare you? And you immediately start to question your mentality. And that's all apostates are. It's just people who went and researched for themselves, right? And realized that it was a bunch of crap. They went through the turmoil and the plague of being separated from those who they love, who they've known their whole life, to expose their new truth. That's all it is. So when you're told, oh, this person is disfellowshipped or they're an apostate, it just means that they're expressing a different view of opinion than what was schooled the entire time in the Jehovah Witness religion. But because for so long you've been sheltered, right? The witnesses always tell you that you live in this world, but you're not part of this world. You're separate from this world, which, I get now on a different level what they were trying to say, what they're trying to do. But it really, especially when you're young, it really, really plays on your mind. It really, really plays on your mentality. And you start to learn how to wear a face when you're in the world and wear a different face when you're not there. In hindsight, now that I think about it, I learned how to master being a different person depending on where I was. And it wasn't allowing me to be authentically me. Wow, look at that. And so many other people I know are probably going through the same thing. They're questioning things, but they have enough of the truth sprinkled in from the witness religion to make them feel like they're going down the right path. But that hint of BS, that scent of BS that they have, where they're thinking, wait a minute, something's not right. But how can it be? I don't want to be an apostate. I don't want to be shunned. I don't want to be ostracized. I don't want to be alone. But sometimes it's those moments when we are at our lowest point, when we are alone, that we find our true selves and our support. Where you find that strength to say, you know what? No, I'm going to live my truth, and you can label me if you want to, because guess what? You're going from one label to a next. And all labels do is keep you confined. And a lot of people want to break free from that confinement. That's all it is. Why is it that me questioning some of the ancient teachings and the way how things are done, me being called an apostate and a dismisser of the truth, and someone who doesn't really, love themselves? Whatever. If that's what you want to call me, then by all means. But it's just another label. So once you decide that you're going to break free from those constructs of labels, then the label of apostate won't really mean anything. It won't really mean anything. It doesn't matter. Because you find that people who label people and want to put people in a box is just to fit their small-minded thinking. And I'm sorry to say, but the Jehovah Witness religion is just another blip on the small-minded thinking scale. It's time to evolve past that. So sure, they can label you as mentally challenged, and I'm not saying that there aren't some people who have mental issues who have left their religion, but again, that's due to the mental games that they play with people. That religion is really, really good at getting into your mind. I used to be told that if I didn't straighten up in Armageddon, my forehead was big enough for the angels to bust. The angels were going to burst, were going to kill me, basically, by hitting me in the head, and birds were going to come and eat the remains if I didn't get my life together. How dare I question? That's fearful. What type of imagery are you putting into the mind of a child? That's fearful. But because I turn my back on that and say, no, the angels, what I've known from the angels, yeah, they're warriors, but I mean, they're not going to do me like that. Because I stole a piece of candy, or because I want to kiss a boy, or because I want to have friends who aren't Jehovah Witnesses. The angels aren't going to do me like that. And now you call me an apostate for that? That's where it boils down to? That's so simple-minded thinking. So, if you're anything like me, and if you're watching my video, you probably are, comment below. Comment below your experience. If you've ever been called an apostate, or you've ever been, told you're turning your back on God, and how dare you. Those fear tactics, we're leaving that behind. We're not embracing that anymore. And we're stepping out in our full authenticity and courage and strength to say no more. No more labels. I can have a different opinion, still respect you. Because if you're still an active Jehovah's Witness, by all means, I respect you and I love you. However, that mentality of you're an apostate because you have a different view than me, because you've been told the truth your whole life. The truth from whose perspective? Because you and I can be watching the same thing, reading the same thing, experiencing the same thing, and have a different perspective. And I can give you my version, and it's my truth. And you can say your version, and it's your truth. That's not calling someone apostate and shunning them, is not Christ-like. It is not Christian-like behavior. Pretty sure Jesus also welcomed those. He welcomed so many that he allowed his enemy to get close to him. I'm just saying. All right? That's the story of Jesus. That's how it went. So before we continue to put labels on people and beat them up mentally, think about what it's doing to them. Think about the mind games that it does to them and how they're going to grow with that. All right, wealthy family, that's all that I have for you. I just wanted to share that because, yeah, I just wanted to share that, get that off my heart for whoever it is that sees it. But until we meet again, I hope you all continue to stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.